Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Zimwaves TV, where we don't just give you the news, we give you the news behind the news, the one they pray you never watch. Today's episode is so chaotic, even the ancestors will need popcorn. Let's start with the country's favorite soapy, ZANU-PF Succession Wars Season 2030. Mnangagwa has just promoted his loyalists, Emmanuel Matatu and Asha Walter Tapfumaneyi, to the very top of the military. That's right, ED has basically changed the Wi-Fi password at KG6 barracks and only his favorite generals have it now. PV Sibanda is retired, but don't worry, he will be recycled into the next cabinet reshuffle as defense minister or vice president, whatever Mnangagwa chooses. In Zimbabwe, retirement is like Zupko. You think it's going somewhere, but it's not. These appointments are not random. These are 2030 chess moves, and Chiwenga is the pawn being sacrificed. The same Chiwenga whose military muscle put Mnangagwa into power in 2017 is now watching the army get repainted in ED's favorite colors. Remember Sanyatwe? Removed like expired groceries for allegedly pushing Chiwenga's ambitions, Mnangagwa is locking the armory before anyone else remembers how coups work. And then Sengezo Tshabangu enters the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, Zimbabwe's unofficial Minister of Confusion is back, bragging that Mnangagwa's 2030 extension is already done. Not only that, he now wants elections suspended for 10 years, pushing the next vote to 2035. A whole decade of don't worry, we have decided for you. Zimbabwe becomes the first democracy run like a power utility. Due to national circumstances, voting has been temporarily switched off. Meanwhile, Afrobarometer is screaming 79% of Zimbabweans want elections. But politicians are busy saying elections don't work. Imagine that elections don't work? They have only worked perfectly for them. And while the country burns with anxiety, Chiwenga is smiling in Johannesburg, shaking hands with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer like a man who still believes he is next in line. Diplomatic circles call it a reset. ZANU-PF insiders call it a PR photoshoot for a man who lost the army. But here is the truth. It doesn't matter how many world leaders you greet if the generals greeting Mnangagwa say you are not the future. Back home, the economy is doing what it does best, misbehaving like a combi without a conductor. Cement prices have shot up from $12 to $17. Builders are fainting, and government has finally lifted the import ban. Not because they are efficient, but because the shortage became impossible to lie about. Local producers are breaking down like old Mazoe bottles. Borders are clogged, and demand is exploding. The new Chinese plant might save us. Or it might become the next coming soon project that never comes. But wait, the mining sector is smiling like it has just won the lottery. Gold is booming, lithium is waking up, and the Chamber of Mines says export will hit $6.5 billion next year. Zimbabwe is rich on PowerPoint. Because somehow the country with world-class minerals doesn't have world-class roads, world-class hospitals, or world-class salaries. It's like watching someone eat a full chicken in front of starving guests. On the legal battlefield, Advocate Thabani Mpofu is being targeted by anonymous cowards trying to smear him with a fake conflict of interest scandal. His lawyer called the allegations false, fictitious, fabricated, fraudulent. Basically a poetic way of saying nonsense typed by bored enemies. It's clear. Fight corruption in Zimbabwe and corruption fights back using fake letters. Then Zimbabwe was shaken by a heartbreaking viral video. A child tied and beaten over $11. Beaten by her mother. Police have arrested the mother, Aida Mshai. The nation is furious, and rightly so. Violence against children is not discipline, it's barbaric. Courts must make an example. Another disgrace: 2 travel agents allegedly scammed Welton Primary School out of $10,000, promising a Dubai trip that evaporated faster than Zesa. They are now in court, where we hope the judge has no sense of humor. Across the Limpopo, South Africa finally hit breaking point. The country has declared gender-based violence a national disaster after women shut down parts of the economy and flooded social media with the People movement. 15 women killed per day, South Africans said, not today. At the G20 venue, Operation Dudula leader Zandile Dabula got hit with tear gas and pepper spray during a protest. She says police are tougher on citizens than criminals. And honestly, South Africans didn't argue. Globally, Ukraine is preparing for tense talks over a controversial US peace plan requiring them to give up land, shrink their army, and forget NATO. Allies say the plan needs more work. Russia says they are advancing. The world says we are tired. It's chaos, but that's international politics for you. Back to sport, where the pain is also guaranteed. Zimbabwe returns to AFCON to face Egypt, a team that has Salah, history, money, and working stadiums. Then South Africa and Angola. Warm-ups showed both hope, like beating Qatar, and disaster, like losing to Algeria. If we leave the group stage, it will be called a miracle. If we don't, it will be called the usual. And across the English Channel, Liverpool is melting like ice cream in Kadoma sunshine. Ancelotti has lost 6 of 7 league games, suffered a 3-0 embarrassment at Anfield, and his big signings look like expensive ornaments. Isak, invisible. Wits, missing. Liverpool fans are praying. Slot is sweating, and the Premier League is laughing. So Zimbabwe, that's your full roundup. A president tightening the military, a wannabe politician cancelling elections, a VP doing Instagram diplomacy, an economy misbehaving, a mining sector thriving on paper, and a legal system under attack, children unprotected, scammers thriving, South Africans revolting, Ukraine negotiating, and the warriors preparing to suffer while Liverpool is drowning. Welcome to the motherland, where the drama never ends and the truth always finds its way to Zimwaves TV.